from Putra World Trade Center. With me today, I have an exceptional woman from Umno, Talenjai Selatan Division, known for her exceptional work, mostly community work.
Yeah.
Jamilah, Hanim, Othman, welcome.
Thank you very much, Zafira.
Okay, Jamilah, can you update us on the upcoming charity work, community work that you're working on?
Okay, I have actually, worked in a team. We have brainstormed a new NGO called Humaira. Okay, Humaira stands for humility, attentive, integrity, resilient, and articulate. So we are actually working on self-development, which I find it, and the team find it very important because the generation needs to develop that kind of characteristics. So with that, we have actually come up with I would call it a module, on our work, how to develop the character. So we call it diamond. It's like polishing your true potentials. So basically, in that particular program, diamond is where let me just look at my polishing the leadership quality. We want them to have dedication, in their work. We want them to have integrity. I think that's very, very important. And we also want them to have modesty, and diligent. So basically, those are all the characters that we would like to develop and build and make it into practice.
Yeah. So how do you identify these people? Who are the target audience?
Okay. Well, this is the very interesting part, because we were targeting the young women, but at the same time, we know that what is important is that to develop these characters when they are small. So we are still looking on certain groups that we want to target, but we know that it's very important that we are going to the groups of junior kids, that could be around 11 to 13, and then later on we have some teenagers, and we have the young women or young group of people. So that part we are still working on it, but on the basic guidelines, basically we have that in our work in progress.
Alright, so is it hard having to juggle politics and community work?
Okay, well, for the past many years, it has been very, very, I would say, tough. But I think the involvement in the community and social work has given me a lot of advantages. No doubt, at that time, I have to struggle with my family, Before I joined politics, before I got married, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. But what I told my children, if I do not join this kind of social activities, I would not be what I am today, lah. The resilient, the dedication, all those, lah. I mean, all the good things, of course, good and not so good, but I learned a lot in doing this community or social work.
So how the response so far, and what drives you to do community work?
Like I said, through this social or through this community works, I develop my own character. I develop, my own strength, because when you engage with society, who have some challenges, because you always think that you are the only one, or when you are in a position where you think that it is so tough, but when you do social work, then you can see there are a lot of other people, who are facing more challenges. And I even learn from them, how do they get their strength, how do they face their challenges, how do they face their difficulties, so sometimes you think that, what you have been doing is great, but there are other people who are doing greater works than what you're doing. So that has been my drive, lah.
Okay, Jamilah, your name came to prominence when you went up against Dato' Mars Emirati
Yes.
for the Putri Chief Post.
Uh-uh.
I think back in 2013, 3 years ago.
Exactly.
Yes. So since then, you have transitioned into the Wanita wing.
Yes.
So what are the major changes that you have seen since you shifted?
Okay. When I first joined UMNO in 1996, at that time there was no Putri, definitely. So I was in Wanita UMNO. You know, honestly, when I was in Wanita UMNO, I was like, okay, how am I going to be, involved in the surrounding of older women, and like what Datuk Tan Sri Syarizat even mentioned yesterday during the Anugerah Hadi Negara, she was saying that they call us makcik-makcik, but never mind, because this makcik-makcik, is the makcik-makcik who do a lot of work. So, well, when I was in Putri UMNO, it was totally different, or what call it, different circle altogether. But now, and I learned a lot from Putri UMNO. But now in Wanita UMNO, what I learned now, because at that time it was a different, what do you call it, environment or different circle. But being in Wanita UMNO, particularly in Secretariat Pendidikan, the Education Secretariat, I see a lot, they are working on important, what do I call it, important matters, They are raising issues of, education, like, okay, I take for example the Anugerah Hadi Negara, which we had yesterday. They are actually giving opportunity to the students from the universities, acknowledging, their efforts in society work, and also acknowledge, their education, how they really, give balance in their education, in their activities, and also leadership. So Wanita UMNO, that have not been taken up by even Putri or Pemuda. And Wanita have actually, taking their efforts, and they have been doing it for the past 6-7 years. So, and the engagement they have with these young people, as young as 21, 23, and yesterday they launched Derma Siswana Hadi Negara. It's a fund to help these young people who have, done their degree, to pursue, if they want to pursue their PhD or master, they can get fund assistance from Derma Siswana Hadi Negara. So I can see that Wanita UMNO, they have also, they are not looking at one angle only, but their efforts to actually engage and acknowledging these young people, I would say that it is actually more significant, compared to the other two youth wings. But honestly, this is what I've seen when I'm in Wanita UMNO. I'm not saying that the Pemuda, the youth, or the Putri are not making any efforts to do it. They do make it. They do have that efforts. Like, for example, they do this mega debat adinda, which is also a good platform for the young people. But it will be great, if they engage continuously with this group of people, like what they are doing in Anugerah Hadi Negara. It's a continuous engagement with this group of young people. So it's not just it's a touch and go program. There's a continuous.
Let's talk about the transition, because I was made to understand that some party members find it difficult to go from Putri to Wanita. So what are the changes that you would like to see be implemented to ease the transition?
Okay, well, there one issue they have been fighting for. I'm referring to Putri UMNO. I think ever since I joined Putri in 2001. Okay, at that time it was not massively discussed lah, or it was not being, they really not focused on that. If I'm not mistaken, it was in the year 2003 or a year after that, they were discussing about automatic membership. When you are below 35 years old, you are automatically to become a Putri UMNO members, like what they are doing in Pemuda. So it's so easy, but for Putri it's so difficult. So I remember, going through that phase that if you do not, if you register, then if you do not tick that you want to become a putri or wanita, then suddenly the borang, or the forms goes to wanita membership. So getting new membership also is not easy. Okay, I think the new development nowadays also make it harder. So I really hope that the request to have an automatic membership to be accepted. Well, after all, they will become UMNO members. It's just that a different group, from putri to wanita, because when above 35, automatically they will go to wanita. So I think these are the things that UMNO, the leadership should just consider it, just approve it.
So you are supporting the call by Datuk Mas Amiyati earlier this morning.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the plus points or the drawbacks of having an automatic inclusion to wanita?
Benefits for wanita UMNO, basically you will have your numbers, of membership increase every year. Those are the important, although very direct benefits for wanita UMNO, because you will have definitely automatic membership, without you have to do the drive for membership. Whereas putri UMNO, you have to do the drive, and of course we do not get any automatic membership for putri UMNO, but wanita, yes. So for wanita UMNO, I think it's we should accept this with an open arms, that you have direct memberships, direct to wanita UMNO, and you will have an increase of membership every year. So, and basically what's more important is actually, I think what's more pertinent question is, how do you accept those putri UMNO members who have been in the field of leadership in putri UMNO to get involved in wanita UMNO. So that have to be looked at it seriously lah, because you do not want to let these people, or let the mantan, or do you call it the ex putri UMNO who will be in wanita, not being able to share, or to how do I call it, to be involved actively in wanita UMNO. So those are very important matters lah, which I think Datuk Sri Syamuddin did highlighted that in one of the wanita UMNO program yesterday. How wanita should welcome this new what you call it, pemimpin pelapis, they call it. So yeah, etc.
Okay, that concludes our interview today. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, Zafira.
All right. Reporting for NST Online, I am Zafira Anwar. Till then, take care.